It's time for the type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D, hump day. Let's go. It's cold. It's so cold in the D. Ho, socks. Whoa. Okay, thanks. I had to get that out of the way.
We're live in the Planet Fitness Studios. My name is Neil Rule. That guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty, bringing the energy today.
Let's
I
go.
like it. We got KG. KG, what's really good?
Not this fucking weather, but we here. We are here.
Spencer Raxter, how you getting through?
Oh,
Not there.
All right, there it is. That tells you all you need to know.
That's
Goodbye.
how bad it is. I think you went to get a snowsuit and everything else.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Chase in the Chase Lounge. We got Chase here kicking it as well. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, get into there, get your thoughts out there. John Effing Lord with the what up, though. Tammy Chin with the good morning to
morning,
everyone
Tammy. What
as
up, though,
well.
too?
Yeah, absolutely. Spenny, how you holding up, man?
Hello.
That's what we was
We
waiting.
losing you?
I'm feeling like ass. Yeah, not feeling great.
Oh, you sick, bro?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn.
Just got I've got a lot of, I just got a lot of head congestion.
Yeah.
I've had it for the past couple days.
Okay. Muscling through,
So
though.
I've been drugged out, taking some Dayquil, taking some NyQuil.
On your future shit.
It's
Big
yeah.
sir. Big lean.
This shit's fun. My forehead feels like it's about to explode.
Oh, yeah.
I need to get one of those, those videos where they take a baby and shoot a turkey baster up his nose.
Oh, you need the neti pot.
Yeah,
You want the neti pot.
I
bud.
need that in my life.
All right, then. All right. A lot of stuff to get to today, obviously. And we put a post out on social media about a possible Tigers trade that I was stunned with the public's reaction. So we're gonna get to that. Certainly, I got some Lion stuff that we're gonna get into as well. Maybe a little USA, Canada stuff. Also, Michigan State though, defying the odds still. D-Mac making 4 3-pointers a game and winning games. Man, good for them.
No, I mean, getting it done. At the end of the day, what do we always say? You know, I mean, and here's the thing. Coach Izzo, congratulations on setting the Big Ten record for wins and stuff like that. But, he knows getting them ready for the tournament, and they can't rest on the laurels. So, what you're saying is they can't play that way in the tournament and be successful, and they know that, but they got away with one. So we'll see the improvement. I mean, it's just nice to see competition here at the college level in the state.
No doubt.
You know what
Spenny,
I
I know
mean? To turn it on and, to be able to cheer for the coaches and the programs and stuff like that, and built different ways, right? Absolutely built different ways, but it shows you that it can work, and, it makes for some entertainment. You actually stop by and check out the game when it's on because it's worth it. And you're going to actually have a couple teams that, I don't know, could they win it? I'm not, probably, who knows, in college basketball, but they could make a deep run.
Sure, it's on the table.
It's on
no
on the
question.
table. So isn't that nicer than where were we last year? Where were we, a couple years ago and stuff like this? So I just think it's
Michigan
nice
was
to be able to cheer.
3-17 in the Big Ten last year.
That's
right,
what I'm
KG?
Don't
Right, so
start that shit. I've
KG, you're
taken
supposed
enough
to go
abuse.
back at him and go, yeah, at least our basketball team, you can't say they're Auburn, bro, because they turned it down. They didn't show up. They made a change. They brought in a whole bunch of new guys, and here we're at.
Thank you, man, because
You're
I'm
welcome.
tapped
I
out.
got you.
Yeah, all the Kelvin
Sometimes
Shepard
it's
shit
just-
from yesterday and this morning.
They got on you today?
Yeah, they got on me
Stray
today,
on that
too.
one. When
I
you
got
threw that
crucified.
I took a stray, so I had to hit back.
I got crucified for saying the Pistons will win 42 games. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just having a day. I'm having a day.
Okay.
You got it today, big dog.
Spenny, your take on the Spartans. Yeah, your Spartans.
Yeah, I mean, Jace Richardson has kind of established himself as the best player on the team.
You called that yesterday. You said, hey, it's about time we make him the man, and he was the man.
Yeah, he was.
He
went
made
out
half
there,
their threes.
took care of business. Frankie Fiddler had a big game. You need the scoring out of him. Jaden Akins needs to play better. If they want to do anything in the tournament, Jaden Akins needs to play better than how he's playing. But it was weird. It's I love Tom Izzo. He's one of my favorite humans ever. but like when Chase Richardson leads your team in minutes and Cohen Carr plays a lot, you win these games. It's like weird having the best player and the best athlete out there and you win games. Surprising. So, hopefully you get more of that. Like, I just couldn't believe they were struggling beating a zone, and you've got the best athlete in the country sitting on the bench. Like, put him out there and have him run at the rim and throw it up to him. That's how you beat a zone. Like, so those guys need more minutes, and it seems like Izzo's realizing that. So that's a good thing.
I just wanted out there too that props to Michigan State and Tom Izzo, because clearly Matt Painter is washed.
Yeah, Matt Painter.
3 losses in a row.
Bum.
Get him out of here.
And Trey Holloman has been extremely important for this team so far this year. And his defense last night was very, very impressive. So, the guard play is going to need to pick up a little bit. Fears has been struggling. Jaden Akins has been struggling all year. Those guys are going to have to be important if you want to make a deep run in the tournament.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Playas. Neil, I would argue that Oakland is Auburn this year. Well, we lost all those guys. We lost all the guys. So clearly it was always going to be a wash this year. That's the terminology. Oh, clearly it was always going to be a wash this year.
Sound good without context. It
Always.
sounds fucking perfect without context.
It was always going to be a wash.
Chef's kiss.
It was never not going to be a wash. We all knew we were going to take a step back. I mean, what do you expect?
Get your shit off, Neil. I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
You're sitting out?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm
You're out today.
I told
All right.
you.
KG's out today. That's fine. D-Mac, I did want to tell everybody, though, and I was kind of in and out in the Michigan State game, and I was looking at the box score to kind of confirm. I like to do that to see if it matches what my eyes saw, if it matches. And I've noticed the commonalities around college basketball, and it's the same, and it doesn't matter what level it is. I believe Michigan State turned the ball over 6 times. If you turn the ball over 6 times, you will win.
Yep.
If you turn the ball over 6 times at home, you definitely will win. And it's one of those things where everyone gets caught up in three-point shooting and rebounding and field goal percentage and all that stuff. But 9 times out of 10, if you want to look at a box score, don't look at the score, just look at the box score. And if the team turned the ball over in single digits, they won. That's the way it works over everything else.
So is that trend, whoever turns the ball over the least, as long as it's in single digits? Because once it gets double digits, then it's a free for all.
Correct.
Pretty
Yeah,
much
it's
what
one of
you're
those
saying.
things.
But is it? So that's sort of the trend. Can they control the ball? Can they handle the ball? Can stuff like that? Like what was the turnover differential if Michigan State turned it over 6 yesterday?
I think Purdue was in the low teens.
Okay.
But the moral of the story is, if Michigan plays a game,
It goes to your football analogy of possession.
possession.
So possession and points, whether it's a foul and 1, is better than no possession and no points.
There you
right?
go.
Or a 2 or a 3. Why the 3's taken away is because when you get the turnovers and you're able to bang a few 3s, that's boom, the points line up. You're up 6, you're up 7. You've made the spread. But what you're telling everybody is no, it doesn't matter. Slow and steady, you keep the turnovers down, you'll still prevail.
Right, and it's not sexy, right? Like, it doesn't go on a highlight reel.
That's the whole thing with basketball, right? It's launch and fire and everything else, and the plays and stuff like this. So maybe as it comes down to it, the teams that are take care of that and control that come in tournament time are the ones that when I'm going to look at it when I do the brackets, who's the better turnover team, who doesn't turn the ball over. So it seems like a trend. Is that an NBA trend too, or just college trend?
No, it's the same.
It's everywhere.
It's the same. Yeah.
Uncle T.
T. Foster in the house.
CT.
Y'all be good.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Absolutely. Terry Foster, everyone. Just running through the studio. But yeah, so I mean that's what it is. So just wanted to bring that up. And Michigan State played very, very clean last night. If Michigan State plays clean like that at home, they will not be beaten at home.
No,
they won't.
The defense they have, they can shut down your backcourt every night. Like, Trey Holloman is one of the best one-on-one defenders in the NCAA. Jeremy Fears and Jaden Akins are also very capable defenders. So they have a tendency to take your guards out of the game. And if they don't turn the ball over, they're going to force turnovers. They're going to force your guards to make bad decisions. So as long as they don't turn the ball over, they'll be in most games.
The
How will they
scoring
do
in the
against-
college, am I reading this correctly as I think it is? Tell me if I'm right or not. Like, it's a guard-centric. That's where
tournament,
everything
for
comes
sure.
from, right?
That's
Yeah.
College basketball, yeah.
And college basketball.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're saying that, Spenny, is that if you can, play defense and be a pivotal part on the strongest part of most other teams' tournament time, it gives you a chance to
Gives
win.
you a chance. They need to play better offensively, though. Like Jaden Akins and Jeremy Fears need to step up big time if they want to do anything in the tournament.
Yeah, the guard play's got to be better.
Yeah.
Like it just does, man. It does. And on the flip side of that coin with Michigan, if Michigan has a single-digit turnover game, they beat anybody in the country.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Anybody in the country. Like they're good
Yeah,
enough.
and it sounds like it's more imperative for other teams, right?
Correct.
So if to that point, where do we consider Michigan more of a high-flying, scoring team, talented-wise like that, offensively, right? So if Dusty May gets them to realize, guys, it's about possession and about turnovers, you'll get your points, right? That's a little bit easier than what's spending, talking about manufacturing. Guys have to play better. We have to continue to do this, which we play defense, but we got to score. That's not.
Yeah,
That's not easy. Like it seems it comes a lot more naturally to Michigan.
I'll tell you what, I like Bama, obviously Auburn, Michigan. I think it's Florida's year, man.
Wow.
They are deep. They have probably the best backcourt in the country. They're nasty.
Well, it's a basketball conference now, the SEC.
Oh, yeah. It's insane. You look at all Mississippi State, Texas A&M, Alabama, Auburn, Florida. Like they're going to have a lot of teams in the tournament. I think Florida, outside of Auburn, I think Florida is the best team in the SEC.
Yeah, those games are a grinder.
Yeah.
Like the Mississippi State Auburn game last night. It's been kind of cool, like that the NHL and the NBA are on break.
Yeah.
So I've been able to like parachute into college basketball because
happening.
obviously like it's what I do, so I don't get a chance to watch a lot of it. But like Mississippi State choked out Texas A&M.
Oh, yeah.
Like took them to the mat and choked them out. What'd you have, KG?
No, I was just going to say Michigan is also susceptible to perimeter scoring. So turnovers are one thing, but if they're putting up points but they're not stopping anybody, that could also present a problem as well because teams have shot pretty good against Michigan. So
Yeah, which is fine if you don't turn, and hence when they turn the ball over, they lose.
Exactly.
If they don't turn the ball over, it's tough when you get in tournament situations because the games are officiated completely differently.
that's a fact.
So that's what it is. Mike G, the SEC is a dominant hoops conference. They really are. Steve-O, baby. Neil, possession and turnovers are very important, especially when it comes to USA versus Canada this Saturday. And you know what, D-Mac? Even more, and
Thursday.
where I'm at
It's
with
Thursday, but yeah.
Yeah. Where I'm at with it. Even more so in hockey, but it's even less sexy in hockey. The face-off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Puck
Where
possession, the
in this
face-off.
day and age is more imperative for puck possession, and that's like such an asset. We've always preached on it because it's one of those second layer integral part of if you have the puck, and especially in the skating league where it's like you can't maul and get it, and we see it more often. The most important face-offs usually go into overtime in the 3-on-3. Who gets that puck? Because the other team usually doesn't get it back. So. Yes, and that's something to keep an eye on, especially power plays or anything in your zone and stuff like that, and with the talent level that'll be on the ice. So anything can happen so often, but that's when it push comes to shove. That was always 100% such an important factor that we would focus on. And guys would practice. We practice face-offs all the time.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Jonesy, how TF you name all those SEC schools and not say Kentucky? Because I have to scroll down to get to Kentucky in the
Kentucky
SEC.
sucks,
Right,
dude.
they bad,
What?
bro.
Yeah, 6-6.
They ain't been the same since
Oakland broke them. Oakland destroyed their blue bloodness.
Oakland
Took away
came
their blue
through
blood
there.
card. That was it. So yeah, but it was never not going to be a wash
All
this
those
year.
teams are way better than Kentucky.
Yes, they are. It's the coaches, man. Like it's
Look at
it's
Rick
all the
Pitino.
coaches.
Yeah, Rick Pitino got St. John's up there fooling, man.
Yeah. Woodward Sports chat thread. Kyle Ramos, how come Neil never mentions our Detroit soccer team?
Must be new here.
Yeah, Kyle.
Yeah, come on now.
All the time. Big announcement for them coming up today, as a matter
We
of
done
fact.
had Big Trev on the show.
Yeah,
What are you
yeah.
talking about, man? Shout out Trevor, man.
Absolutely. We'll be getting people back in the studio for that as the season gets
Shout
rolling.
out
They've been
ECFC.
away at training camp. They're getting the engines fired up. They start 3
What do
weeks.
they do? They go out of town?
Yeah, did they
thank
go to
God.
Arizona? Arizona or Florida? I don't
Thank
remember.
God.
Yeah,
They
You
start
know what
3
I'm
weeks.
saying? Imagine how,
3 weeks. Yeah,
how would it turn? Hey, come on into Detroit and
yeah.
at this time of year.
Yes. Copacetic sushi, never not going to be a wash. Say what? Hey, that's the Michigan playbook that I get to run with Oakland. KG, you godfather the phrase. You tell them.
You got it, dog.
KG's not
So you're
having
out
it.
today.
I'm tapping out. Get your
You're
shit
not
off while
playing
you
your
can.
reindeer games on a hump day.
Right. Get your shit
Wow.
off while you can.
Look at that discipline, KG. Just turning your back, not
You can't feed into the bullshit.
no retaliation.
All right. Hey, FeldmanAuto.com. Hey, no BS with him if you want to buy a car, man. You're going to get that car, and you're going to get it quickly. All you need to do is want a car. Then go to FeldmanAuto.com. That's the move. Whether it's a Chevy at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, they're the number one Chevrolet dealer in the state of Michigan, number one EV dealer in the nation. But what if you want a Ford? What if you want a Kia? Whatever kind of car you want, FeldmanAuto.com is still the play. You can look at the inventory online. You can start the buying process online. I said, hey, I want to do this. And I got my keys in about an hour and a half. That's all it took. So again, I bought a car there. Sean Belizian bought his kid a car there. Sam Flannel even bought a car there, everybody. So again, FeldmanAuto.com, that is the move. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Roll here for Woodward merch. Go to shop.woodwardsports.com. You a big fan of going after Myles Garrett? Get your F them pick shirts because those are up there also. We're getting ready for the playoff run. Baseball, they're coming off a playoff berth. Hockey making the push. Basketball making the push. Get swagged out. Go to shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, keeping it pushing. We are off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We have KG. We
Top
have
five, Liz.
What's up?
Top five.
Top 5 Wednesday, as a matter of fact. Top 5 things about Canada. We're about international diplomacy here. I don't like the vibe. I don't like what the relationships become with our neighbors to the north. So I'm not just going to talk about it. I'm going to be about it. I'm going to fix it. And
Good on you, Neil.
that's right, because that's what people do. So we're going to do our top 5 favorite things about Canada. I don't see what could go wrong. Right?
Right.
Because I don't think anything will go wrong. I hit Spenny with this one kind of last minute, and I wanted to talk about this because listening to Flagship, looking online, listening to what's going on, listening to what people are talking about, and have people forgotten about Za'Darius Smith? Like in the chase of the Myles Garrett thing, which, don't get me wrong, you're going to hear what you want to hear and say, Neil said that Za'Darius Smith is better than Myles Garrett. You're stupid if you think that. The point of the story is, D-Mac, we still to this day have never seen Za'Darius Smith and Aiden Hutchinson play together. We haven't seen it yet. And people seem like, I hear I hear people on the shows, again, on the flagship on here, and they're like, we got to go get an edge. We got to go get an edge with the first round pick. Got to do an edge. Aiden Hutchinson needs somebody opposite side. Like, have they forgot about Za'Darius
Yeah,
Smith?
100%. And you
Thank
know
you.
what? Because
Okay.
you haven't seen them together. There's no pictures of them together because of when they've come in. I think that when you break it down and I start thinking, it gives the imperativeness to Brad Holmes that it's not do or die to get Myles Garrett. There might be somebody else because they have plans for what they think Hunter and Hutchinson will be. So, I mean, yeah, we'd all love to have Myles Garrett, but I think that when it's not working out, it's the asking price that we've broke down all along that other teams could probably give more that Brad Holmes ain't willing to give because he's already has, something in place. He already has a plan A. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to switch it to plan B yet. There's no imperativeness like we would be sitting here. Take Hunter out of it, and I understand. Right? But it's Za'Darius Hunter who, he's got some tread on the tires, and I think both of them will help each other out. Like that's the fact. So I think Brad Holmes is saying it's not that imperativeness. If I can get Myles Garrett, I'll get him for this. Browns are saying, no, we need this. And he's saying, okay.
All right, well, holler back.
Holler back. That's all it is.
No, it is, though.
So
It's
that's going to mean I don't think that if a deal is made that you have to worry about overpaying because you have, a legitimate guy here. And I guess it goes down to if you don't forget about Hunter, do you think Za'Darius Hunter can be that guy for you? I think he's better. Like last year, the plan was to have Davenport over there.
Yeah.
Right?
Didn't work out too well.
Well, he got hurt. I think Za'Darius Hunter is more durable, right? Is going to be there longer. I mean, when he came here, he provided spot in the lineup. He just needs more help. We were just so depleted on the defensive line. Like, he can't do it himself, just like Hutch couldn't do it himself.
Yeah.
Just like Aleem and everything else. So the fact that they're healthy, I think that in Brad Holmes' mind, like, that's pretty much, unless something changes, that he wants it to change at his price. That's what we're talking about here.
Yeah, I don't think people forgot about Za'Darius. I just think that when he came in, I think a lot of people's expectations was he was supposed to match what Hutch was.
No, he wasn't.
Then that's on you.
Exactly.
Then that's
Yeah,
on you as a
right.
person and as an uninformed fan.
Yeah, because we've had people in the chat like WeezyD313 calling him just a guy. If you look at his body of work, he almost had double-digit sacks across 2 different teams. He came in with 5 sacks. He finished the year with 4 with us, 9 total. And, when he's the focal point of most offenses, of course it's going to be hard because he is better in a support role at this point in his career. But I just think people maybe expected a little more out of him, but you were never going to get Hutch's production out of him. So I think that's a part of it.
And look, like, this is where, for me, I get to the point where if you expect that, then that's a you problem.
Pretty much.
Then
You're
you're
an idiot.
uninformed, you're uneducated, and you don't know what you're talking about, like, bottom line. And, again, I thought, Spenny, I guess the question is this. I got everything I wanted out of Za'Darius Smith.
Yep.
100%.
He was as advertised. He was exactly what we brought him here to do.
And how about he won a game for you? That Chicago Thanksgiving shit, without him, you might lose that game. He's the sole
100%.
reason you win that game.
And Spenny, like, he was exactly what we thought. No,
Exactly.
Mark me on this.
No, he's 100%. He's exactly what you got. What you paid for. You traded for a guy that would be opposite Aiden Hutchinson and would produce. Unfortunately, Aiden Hutchinson wasn't there. Like, he was never going to be the number 1 defensive end on this team. Like, that's Aiden Hutchinson's job. You got exactly what you thought he was. He produced exactly how you thought he would, and he's out there doing work. And when you put him next to Aiden Hutchinson, he's going to look a lot better. Newsflash. If you have Aiden Hutchinson opposite of him instead of Al-Quadri Muhammad, no
Right.
offense to Al-Quadri Muhammad,
No, that's your guy.
he's going to look a lot better.
Right. With DJ and Aleem in the middle, of course. He'll look a lot better than what he did last year.
It's just people are like so. And again, because this kind of ties into, like, you've seen the Lions draft this year catch a lot of flack on social media and redrafts and rankings and things like that. So if people are upset about that, D-Mac, then I would say this. Then I would say you're probably the same people are like, well, we got to take an edge with that first round pick, or we got to do this and get an edge. And hey, if you're that way about it, if you feel that way about the draft, you feel that way about the edge, then I don't know what to tell you, man. because Za'Darius Smith is here for a $4 million cap hit. That's it. Like, that's a steal, man. Like, that's a bargain.
And he's still productive.
Man. 4 sacks in 9 games here last year. Just somebody help me understand. Yeah.
He almost had double-digit sacks for the year.
I don't get it, man. And, like, he did just as much here without Hutch as he did there with Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Am I lying to people?
Nope.
I feel like he's catching a lot of slander, D-Mac, and I don't like it.
I don't think he's catching slander. I think he's like sort of people are forgetting and they're focusing in. But what are the need? We're in a different position now, obviously, to plug and play. What we talked about last week. What's the most imperative position on this team? Probably moving forward with the decimation and the age of your offensive line, where you're picking late in the first round, would make sense to draft. You know, your need is offensive line because you have a guy sitting there. Now, if somebody falls to you and there's a player that you want, no, I'm not saying that, but your need is not on the defense. You have Hutch coming back, you have Smith coming back, you have guys getting healthy and stuff like that. I don't think that's the need. But here's the thing with Kelvin Shepard, KG's long lost twin
Doppelganger.
Doppelganger. The fact is, like, the self-awareness of the conversations of what is the priority. Do you not think that Brad, Dan, Shep, Morton, all these guys, they have a list? To me, I think it's replenishing your offensive line or getting that most talented guy. Don't we hear that a lot? That the the best guy available, best talent available might be who you pick. Again, it comes down to trusting Brad Holmes, but I just think it's like Cleveland wants too much. And we're not giving you that for that. Somebody else can offer because look what we have. I think Brad Holmes is on point with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think the Lions.
We're not desperate. And
No.
I think that's what fans need to realize. If it happens, it'll be great.
Like
but we're not in a
without
desperate
Smith
position.
under contract, and Neil, you bring it up because the value of him, right? Forget about on the field is his contract too. Is it not, to give you more leeway to get another guy in for sort of that number? So you have 2-for-1s if you want in free agency and stuff like that. I just don't see that this was like going into the draft going, we have to get this position. We have to get this position on defense because you have guys that are already there.
No, I feel like people are asleep on him a little bit, and I can't understand why. But you better not sleep on Planet Fitness, everyone, because we are live at the Planet Fitness Studios, the best gym in the gym game. I'm looking at a gym outside the door over here, and I know those people I know this for a fact. People are in there paying $60+ a month for the gym membership. Why? The weights weigh the same. Tons of cardio equipment at Planet Fitness. Tons of weights if that's your thing. The 30-minute circuit if you're pressed for time. Clean facilities. You can take your shower. Clean locker rooms. All of it. And guys, again, it's the best gym in the gym game. They've updated all the equipment again. They do that. They do that as the time rolls on. Like, they don't just say, the equipment's old, we got to go replace it. It's part of the time cycle with Planet Fitness. So all new machines in there. Spencer Raxter can confirm because he's in there pushing all the weights and everything. New treadmills, all of it. It's the best gym in the gym game, guys. And it's $24.99 a month for a black card. I don't know what else to tell you, man. That's it. That's all. Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce. Sports, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
What's going on at Lady Jane's? They take the chore out of getting a haircut. Their talented stylist will deliver an industry-leading haircut, relaxing scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
All right, keep it a pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We got KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread as well. And just talking to Za'Darius Smith, and people are asleep on him. And I can't understand why. Everybody's in like a rush to replace him. And he did everything that he was brought here to do, man. He was exactly as advertised. And did it without Aiden Hutchinson, by the way. 9 sacks, had 5 of them with Cleveland. With Myles Garrett, had 4 of them for the Lions without. And KG brought up the good point, and I didn't think about it this way. That Thanksgiving Day game, he took that game over. Mm-hmm. He did, man. Like, that's what happened. Woodward Sports chat thread. You want to skip the line? Use the super chat and jump up to there. Oakland has always been ass. Okay.
Just the way he said it is funny.
Yeah. Let me see here. We have 1/15 the budget of Michigan State, been to 4 NCAA tournaments.
That line was coming.
It's a fact.
Yeah, it is.
It's a fact. 4 NCAA tournaments, 14 Power 5 wins in 25 years. Got 6-figure checks for all of them, too. Yep.
Took down a blue blood last year.
Ended Kentucky, ended them. They're 6-6 now.
Yeah.
Still left.
Shout out to the Louisville fans for buying all the merch.
Absolutely.
Right.
Sold $10,000 worth of merch to Louisville zip codes last year. Shout out to that.
Right.
That's pretty cool. So it is. Awesome. I remember we went to the tournament in 2010 when we played Texas. And Rick Barnes was a coach at Texas at the time. His bonus for making the tournament was more than Campy's salary.
Damn.
So that's what we do. I'm not crying about it, man. I'm just giving you what the facts are. I think dollar for dollar, we're pretty productive.
I would say that.
More productive than most, as a matter of fact. We do more with less. But anyway, so to say we're quote ass, that's wrong.
Yeah.
And I just gave you the resume.
Put players in the NBA too.
Regularly.
Yeah.
Regularly players in the NBA. From 2010 to 2015, we had the best conference record in America. We were tied with Kansas. Remember when they won the Big 12 every single year?
Yeah.
Kansas is ass. Hunter Dickinson sucks. You stupid fucking nerd.
Yeah, talk that shit, Spin.
Dude,
fuck Hunter.
Fuck Hunter Dickinson. I hate that guy so much.
He is not even a third of what Danny Wolf is.
Woodward Sports chat thread, one funky Lions fans. I'm at a point where I'd rather just sign Chase Young, use the first pick on a defensive tackle, than get Barrett Carter from Clemson in the second round, use Young on pass downs only, and call it a day. Okay, and that's fine.
I mean, Chase Young's pretty good in run coverage as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't just use him for one down.
His current market value on Spot Track right now is $17 million a year. You paying that?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
If I'm paying that for a guy on the market, I'm going after DeMarcus Lawrence.
And he got questions about his character and
motor
on the football field. Yeah, motor is a better word. But
instead, we have Za'Darius Smith for a $4 million cap hit.
Yeah, I'm cool.
With no guaranteed money. So, you see what I'm saying?
Not to say they can't add, because I do think they might add, but it's not nothing you're desperate for.
Nobody in the super chat. If Oakland sucks, then why was my first beanie as a child a Golden Grizzly beanie? Oh. Someone explain that to me, because I was told. I like that. DNC ENT, Hunter Dickinson had a minus 34 last night. Well, they lost by 40s or something like that. So, yeah.
He's supposed to be the man over there, I was told.
You know what's funny about that? And D-Mac, I tell people this all the time, and you can probably shed some light on this. The Western Canada, the Phoenix trips. When you go into that mountain region, dude, I don't know what it is about that.
Air's different.
Yeah, all of it. Utah, Idaho, Arizona. It's hard to win there.
Here's the thing, and a lot where it's changed, right? And we've talked about this all the time. If you only experience it once or twice, then it's like you don't know what you're dealing with, right? So what I'm saying by that is with college being one and done or transfers and stuff like this. You got to play there to realize, and it might be atmosphere, it might be vibe. It's just like the way it is, but you have to learn how to play in those certain situations. I'm sure it's just a lot of the same as going, out east and playing the Georgetown, St. John's, doing Seton Halls, doing that rap, right, of that good basketball, but getting in and I believe the travel, the time zones, the whatever else, the air, so to speak, it's a little different, but you got to figure out how to dial it in. And then that's not even saying different buildings are harder to play in or different because and in basketball, I would think like your perspective or your shot lines or stuff like that doesn't remind you of, like sometimes it happens. Like there's like, let me give you an example, like San Jose, right? There was always sort of like, not a blind spot, but it was like going down in the left corner where the Zamboni end was. There was all, it's a fact. Was he back on SOL?
my gato.
All right, we should be good now.
Up and running? Okay, that's cool. Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into that. Mike G. Oakland does suck badly this season. Middle of the table, like
Mike, don't even do it.
Middle of the conference stand, like 3-17 in conference bad. Do we suck that bad? Because you were that no more than 11 months ago.
I mean, can't talk about us now though, but
well, that's
conference record looking good now.
11 months ago, that's what you were with the chosen one.
Well, thank God you revamped and brought 12 new guys in
to
be
right?
able to get back because it's self-awareness.
With the prodigal son.
Self-awareness.
Right.
Coach had to go. All the players had to go except a couple. So good, Kenny.
Don't switch
Progress,
up now,
not
Neil.
perfection.
Don't switch up now. You've been supportive of Michigan basketball all year. Don't do that now.
No, but they were 3-17 last year.
No, but
know.
Mike,
But last year was
we're
last
just
year.
going to Mike's comment.
So we
about
just
you
pretend it didn't
struggling.
happen.
I mean, it did happen, but we're in 2025.
Okay.
Thank
This is
goodness.
my point.
And that's what I'm hoping for with the football team too.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know what I'm
what
saying?
a concept,
They're good.
Matt.
Hey, I have full faith.
Thank
No,
you.
they can go 7-5 again or whatever the fuck it was.
I'm sure we can, Span.
Yeah.
At least Span got a reason.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike G. Neil, we did double up Oakland at LCA. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, we got the same check, too.
He's the walking back door coverage.
we got the same check.
He talking about we got the same check.
For an exhibition game, we got the same check. Again, like these are the facts.
Neil, you got it today. Dead air. You got it.
All right,
Talk to yourself, man.
let's take the break, and this is a great segue into, because of that whole redraft thing that got me thinking, and Spenny's got it on the show sheet too. We're gonna talk about Terry Arnold next. Okay, let's get into that as well. Tell about Les Stanford.
Yeah, it's a Les Stanford sign and drive sale. Get a 2024 Envision for only $239 per month, or try out the 2025 Sierra Crew Cab Elevation for only $249 per month. Don't forget about the 2025 Hummer EV SUV for only $789 per month. Zero security deposit, zero due at signing, zero first payment, zero acquisition fee. Get the Les Stanford today. Check out their massive inventory at the sign and drive sale. Les Stanford Buick and GMC. LesStanford.com. Together, let's drive.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network. Enough Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Neil Rule here for Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use a promo code Woodward1000. Just scan the QR code on the screen. Use a promo code Woodward1000 when you make your first deposit. And then when you make your first bet, if you lose it, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet, all the way up to $1,000. Yes, code Woodward1000. And look, everyone's doing like the sign-up bonuses and things like that. What sets Caesars apart? The app is clean. It's easy to navigate. It's easy to see. That's a good thing too. Not everybody is like that. Everybody, trust me. No glitching. If you're live better, everything is smooth and it runs the way that it should. And it's Caesars, by the way, one of the OGs in the sports betting game. Yes, it is Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. All right, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge. It is a Top 5 Wednesday. Top 5 things about Canada. What's that?
We do have some breaking news that's kind of important for people around here.
Okay.
That the FanDuel Sports Network is now going to be available on Prime as well. So instead of, you'll still be able to get it on your cable subscription, but if you have Prime, you can watch it on there instead of paying for the FanDuel app. So that's
Pretty much,
cool.
I can watch the Pistons on Amazon Prime if you have Amazon Prime.
But you're gonna have to still buy a subscription, right?
Amazon Prime subscription.
So it will be included with Prime.
Yeah. And I got Prime.
That's good
baby.
news.
Let's go.
That's good news.
It's great news.
All right.
You
Yeah,
watch
so
Tigers and
if you don't have cable and you don't have the FanDuel Sports Network subscription, but you got Prime, you can watch the Pistons, the Tigers, and Red Wings.
Because what I'm seeing online, it will be an add-on subscription.
Oh, really?
Oh, damn.
$19.99 a month.
Oh.
So
Yep.
Whoa,
Well, never mind.
wait, what? Time out. I was gonna get some flowers here, and I thought I turned on my Prime and got that, but I got it access night. What is the FanDuel's?
But at least
They took over-
Their
yeah.
app sucks, so at least they're going to a platform that actually can
Right.
hold up.
But you got to pay $20 a month just to watch.
Yeah, it's what it is now.
Yeah. They took over Diamond Sports, the Bally's deal, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured that was going to be the case. It's just another distribution platform for it.
It's a much better distribution platform.
Yeah,
Well,
way
it's the
better.
start, right? So then, all right. Fine. That's
Yeah, I wonder what that includes as far as production and
Right.
and all that as
does
well.
that usually mean that they'll throw money into the teams then, or how does this?
Yeah, I'd have to see the financials on it and see what the story is, and they won't put that out there regular. Like it won't
Does
be
this
something
have
public.
something to do with Chris opening his pocket?
No,
Okay, I didn't know if there's money.
no, because theoretically nothing changes.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll get a check. You linking up with Bezos. I mean,
dude,
there's
you
a check
just
involved, but-
reacted to Chris opening his pockets like he didn't just try to open them up. I know it didn't go
Did he
through,
really try?
but
No,
he showed the fact that he had it, and I'd wait and see.
Terrell says it might be dope. The game will look better on Prime. No, don't get me
No,
wrong.
That's a fact. That's
Yeah.
worth it.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, Prime's picture and everything. And you guys, you guys don't know because you don't stream anything. That right? That's what we're told. I'm not
Right.
streaming this. I'm not streaming that.
Yeah.
But Peacock, Prime, that 4K picture is elite.
It's beautiful. Like, I would
Elite.
consider paying for FanDuel if I can access it on Prime, because that's pretty good.
Yeah. Chuck Brewer,
would consider it.
how much is the app a month? It's $19.99.
Yeah.
Everyone's fun. Hell yeah. Why? No, guys, you're still going to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be included.
Better platform now.
Yeah.
Do
you see them?
The FanDuel app and the Bally's app suck.
Do you see them ever packaging like a promo deal where you spend so much on a bet and it includes like a month of the subscription for the
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
seems like just an easy.
That would make sense for ESPN Bet to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that'll be next, everybody. That'll be next. But yeah, so you're going to be doing it. By the way, too, since we're on that and we're kind of rolling through the segment right now, did you guys see that Netflix is going to make a bid for the afternoon slate of NFL games?
And they might get it.
I think they're going to get it.
Yeah.
You mean the 1 o'clock games?
No,
No,
the
the
4
4
o'clock
o'clock.
game.
Oh, America's
the 4
game of the week
o'clock.
and
Oh,
all.
that would be great.
Yep.
Do you like that or no?
Well, I already have Netflix, so I don't care. But there's going to be a lot of people that do care.
Yeah. Netflix
So
is
they won't
expensive.
show on local.
Somebody's losing. Like, somebody's going to lose.
And guess what? They just gonna up the price again. You get NFL exclusive on Netflix, you up in the price again.
How's that going to work with stuff like Red Zone and Sunday Ticket and stuff like that?
It's a great question. But yeah, it's
I can see it.
People are gonna get pissed, man. They
told
are,
y'all.
and you're gonna tell me you're not gonna stream it, but you are.
Illegally stream it. I'm telling y'all, it's the wave. Meth streams, baby, back up. Yeah,
they got out the FBI radar.
Yeah, for a week. They went down for a couple days, made a new one. You know how it is.
All right,
you can't stop us, bro.
You can't stop. You can only slow you down.
Exactly.
Yeah, Cody Engel. Local will always pay to show it. No, it'll still be on. Like your local game will be on. Mm-hmm. It'll be on your regular local broadcast TV. Like if the Lions are at 4,
right,
and they're playing the Jet. I mean, I would imagine that they're going to have it on local TV, but who knows?
They said
the NFL has shown they don't care about you.
Yeah, and Netflix is going for exclusivity.
Yes.
So
you're going to watch it anyway.
What's that?
You're going to watch it anyway.
100% you are.
Yeah.
But my question would be about the streaming, the illegal streaming, KG. The latency, though, is a problem.
It can be if your Wi-Fi sucks.
No. I'm talking about just in general, because that stuff runs about 2 minutes behind.
No, yeah, and that
2 to 3
is
minutes
something
behind.
that you have to consider if you're somebody like me that illegally streams. But just being behind
Allegedly.
1 to 2 minutes don't. Yeah,
Allegedly,
ain't no
Kenny,
allegedly with my shit.
Allegedly.
Ain't no allegedly with my shit. You can't stop us. So for real, it's too many websites at this point. But yeah, it is a problem. But I don't 1 to 2 minutes behind ain't really a big deal to me. As long as it doesn't buffer, I'm good.
But it does.
Well, I don't get that much buffering. So.
But it does, though.
It can, yeah, for some people.
That's all I'm saying.
Don't use your mobile data to stream, people. Okay, get a nice Wi-Fi service, and you won't have this problem.
Allegedly.
Really.
Shad 216. I'm praying the Lions get all 1 o'clock games. That's not how this works, Shad. When are the people going to listen, D-Mac? What were you going to say, D-Mac?
No, I was how many, like, on that point, how many prime time games do you think we'll have? Like Monday night?
Many.
Like,
we'll have the most.
Like 8?
I could see him pushing 8.
Yeah.
Probably
like
6 for
flats,
sure.
Everything else, like bell of the ball. Sunday night, Monday night.
I think they'll open the season at Philadelphia. I think they'll do that. That Baltimore game's got to be prime time. That Chiefs game's got to be prime time, either Sunday night or Monday night, right? It's got to be.
Yeah, I would believe so.
The Bengals will probably be a 4 o'clock game, you would think. That Rams game.
Yeah, that's Monday.
When they play in Australia.
Yeah.
That'll be, a national game. And no, it hasn't been released yet, but I can already smell that one.
One of those Bears games probably will be.
They'll probably throw a Bears game on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
The Packers game, right? I mean, that's always a Sunday night one. One of them. It's crazy, man. They're going to be all over the place, which means you're going to be streaming all over the place.
Yeah.
Peacock, Prime,
just like this year.
Netflix.
Yep.
Watch, man.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get it. See, and we're conditioned to think that Netflix isn't CBS or Netflix isn't Fox.
Have you seen that presentation?
Have you checked their stock price, man?
Yeah.
Have you seen their earnings? They're the new bully in the room. They're just going to walk into the room and throw it on the table and say, we're taking this. And there's nothing you can do about it.
I get thinking over here is what Chase said about a red zone and about, the ticket and different stuff like that. That's NFL controlled, right? So wouldn't the deal have to, it shouldn't affect that?
Yeah, they should. They'll probably come up with ways to partner.
Neil, isn't that, red zone is a new, other than watching Lions games dialed into every play. That's how I watch football.
If it's a non-Lions game, that's kind of how I get into it too. But I'm thinking red zone's going to go away.
I'll flip around depending on how the game is, but I got red zone. So as long as, I think, and if that's NFL-based control, because they are, yes, the new bully on the block's Netflix, but the old bully on the block and the Godfather is the NFL. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Neil, red zone's too popular. They can't get rid of it.
But KG, they keep stripping it away. They keep stripping it.
I get that. I think maybe they'll do something like, if you pay for red zone, we might give you a year of Netflix for, throw it in the package or something like that. But they can't get rid of red zone, bro.
But they're already
a lot of people.
They're chipping away at it.
But that's a lot of people's means of watching it.
If it were up to the NFL, if it were up to them, They would have a game in Europe on at 9.
Mm-hmm.
They would have a game on at 1. They'd have a game on at 4. They'd have a Sunday night game. They'd have a Monday night game at 7. They'd have a West Coast Monday night game at 10. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm already at 7 games. We got a Thursday night game that's 8. Wait till they do a Friday night game.
Right.
Like, and they've proven they don't care about college football anymore either. They'll go right into the teeth of that.
But why would I want to limit ways for my fans of my product to watch?
Because they're going to watch it either way.
You know the answer.
It's more money if you have more ways to access it, though.
It's more money if there's more providers.
It's more money if Netflix pays you $200 million.
You ain't making $300 million.
Yeah.
The NFL gets $125 million for a game.
Yeah.
A game.
Facts.
Yeah, they're far.
That's facts, yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't recognize the scope of this. If it were up to the NFL, they would start Thursday night and they would have every game run on its own platform.
Yeah.
If it were up to them, that's how they would do it. They don't give a shit about the rest of your weekend or the college or the World Series or anything like that. They are the show. They're bulletproof.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You're gonna do it.
Maybe Sunday ticket will be gone, but I just can't see Red Zone because too many people. That's actually their means of watching football is just through Red Zone. It's become a thing now. So
no, I like it too, man.
Yeah,
Who doesn't like it?
So,
but with that being said, man,
they'll find ways to incorporate.
If it were up to them, that's how they would do it. I honest to God think
I agree with that.
I honest to God think that. Let's do this. Let's take the break. You guys want to do top 5 when we come back?
Sounds good.
All right, let's do it. That top 5 things about Canada. Tell them about jars, D-Mac.
Absolutely. Skiers and snowboarders get ready to send it on a 14-foot drop-in ramp with 3 custom features at the brand new Jars Utica location parking lot this Saturday. Yes, February 22nd from 1 to 5. Jam-style competition judged by 3 guest pros. $8,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. So register today, jarscannabis.com/JarsRailJam to sign up. Open to skiers and snowboarders 21 plus. Limited to 50 participants. Make sure you get in today. Myself and Stick will be doing a special Woodward Sports broadcast from 2 to 4. Spectators are also welcome. The event is free to attend with free food with Jars purchases, live DJs, and giveaways. Drop in, cash out with Jars.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
What's up, hockey fans? Join the Woodward Sports Network this Thursday night. Yes, USA versus Canada, 8 p.m. RJ's Pub in Rochester. That's right, the Woodward Sports Team USA watch party at RJ's Pub in Rochester. For our live watch party of the championship game, catch the Battle of the Border. Great food, cold drinks, the best hockey atmosphere around. They have an elite television setup at RJ's Pub in Rochester Hills. Big thanks to Bitter Tom's Distillery, which offers an inventive twist on modern-day craft cocktails for keeping the spirits high that night for everyone, win or lose. Don't miss it. USA, Canada, Woodward Sports, RJ's Pub. We'll see you there for the championship game. USA. Pulling up to hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. You want to jump the line? Go ahead. Use the Woodward Sports Super Chat. We'll stop what we're doing. We'll get to those as they come in. Woodward Sports chat thread, Michigander 1212. Roger Goodell is working with the NCAA Playoff Committee to avoid cross coverage so NFL and college games don't interfere with each other. You know what that consists of, Michigander? Roger Goodell on an email saying, here's when we're doing our games. You figure your stuff out.
Move the fuck out the way.
Yeah. I think the NFL, too, wants to be on every single day from Christmas to New Year's.
I believe that.
Because we're not doing anything else. But look, attendance is sky high at sporting events. Ratings are sky high for everything. Like we know what we do with our time off, and they know what we do with it. So it doesn't matter to them, guys. All right, we just talked about it. The USA-Canada game, and emotions are high, and the political environment is tough right now, and there's a lot of animosity in the air. So us here at Big D Energy, we're about diplomacy. We're about international diplomacy. And it hits even closer to home here because we have Darren McCarty, who is Can-American. He's both. Can-Am, the Can-Am connection, with all apologies to Rick Martel. He's a Can-Am connection. But he's a favorite son of the USA and Canada. And I know he kind of feels like I do about this, I'm sure. I don't enjoy where the relations are right now between the two countries, but there's a lot on the line. So we figure we bring everybody together on Top 5 Wednesday. Your top 5 things about Canada. Spencer, I'm looking forward to your list. Your list is usually a bit different than everybody else's. There's different priorities.
Thank you.
Why is it a top 5 list?
Half as boring as the top 10 list.
Spencer Raxter, your top 5 things about Canada.
All right, my top 5 things about Canada. Number 5, or honorable mention I got is Labatt. Love a good cold Labatt.
Yeah, Triple X. Molson Triple X is good.
Yeah, and at number 5, I got Keanu Reeves. So shout out to Canada for Keanu Reeves. Great actor. John Wick, Neo.
I didn't know he was
a lot of good stuff. At number 4, I got basketball. So shout out to Canada. Basketball. The guy who created basketball was from Canada.
That's true.
At number 3, I got hockey. Love hockey. Love a good sport. Number 2, I've got D-Mac.
Damn right.
So, shout out to Canada for giving us D-Mac, love that. And then, sorry, D-Mac, but at number 1, I got full nude titters.
You know what, Spenny? I would expect nothing else on you on brand. If I was ahead of full nude titters, I might have get out of this chair, come and slap you on the side of your head, because you know what? You're infected. You'd have a virus. It wouldn't be you. I would have to get you out. You're some sort of alien. Now I know it is you, Spenny, so it's okay. Feel better.
So shout out to Canada for the full nude. Love that.
Yeah. Greg 2025 in the chat. I love fishing in Canada. That's number 1 for me. Cody Engel, if USA doesn't win, was Saturday all for nothing? We'll get into that tomorrow when we talk about the game. Yes. My short answer, yes. Doesn't matter. It gets wiped off wiped from our memories like Men in Black. Chase, your top 5 lists are irreverent. They've kind of taken on a vibe of their own. They're different. I look forward to your top 5 things about Canada.
Top 5 things about Canada. I have number 5. They have the most coastline in the world.
Do they really?
They do, yeah. Followed second by Norway, but it's all those islands and up in the north. Most coastline of any country in the world. Fun little geographic fact about our neighbors to the north.
That right there is why I enjoy Chase's top 5
That's
list.
Chase.
Number 4, Celine Dion. Beautiful voice.
That's going to be controversial in the chat. Just knowing our chat, that's going to be controversial.
My mom's a big fan of Celine Dion. We used to listen to a lot of her albums in the car together.
Yeah.
Number 3, Harlan Williams, comedian. If you've seen,
not familiar.
He's in Dumb and Dumber. He's in Half Baked. You'd probably recognize him.
Oh, okay.
You talking about the slow white guys?
Absolutely.
You talking about the white guy that always acts slow?
I'm trying. I mean, I don't. That's not a really good description, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. He talks.
Yeah,
deliberate.
Yeah. He's the cop from Dumb and Dumber who drinks the piss.
Oh, okay.
That's it. He's the cop from Dumb and Dumber. So
get the hell out of here. Okay, I do remember that.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Number 2, Nathan Fielder. He is one of the funniest people ever. Honestly, second only to Norm Macdonald. Nathan For You, one of the greatest shows of all time. I love it.
Was that available on CBC?
It started on Comedy Central. One of the dudes from Roast actually has a sweatshirt that's just a little niche thing, And I saw him, thought I immediately knew he was one of the coolest people in this, like within a square mile radius of this building, knowing he has that sweatshirt from that show, because it's just so good. Number 1, Norm Macdonald, the legend, R.I.P. Tying it back to our top 5 inventions. My top 3 Canadian things are all comedians. Number 1 invention was comedy. So
all right, you're running theme. So you got to be deep to follow Chase's top 5.
Norm Macdonald, legend.
Shout out Norm Macdonald for sure.
Man. Yep.
But not to everybody. In the chat, Mike O, Tom Green, greater than Norm Macdonald. Sorry, Chase. That's hearsay.
Yeah. That's laughable.
Go suck a fat one.
I'm not a Tom Green guy.
Robert Colosia, Terrence and Phillip not getting any love.
Hey, well, stay tuned.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
With that being said, KG.
Power hitter, baby.
Betting third. Your
sir.
top 5 things about Canada.
And yes, me and M, man. Shout out. But I do have 2 honorable mentions. My first honorable mention is Mr. Bean. Fun fact about Black Kids Without Cable coming up. Saturday morning cartoons go off. You're looking for something to watch. You flip over to Channel 9 and you catch an animated Mr. Bean show. I used to absolutely love that show.
You mess with it, huh?
Yeah, so shout out Mr. Bean. Shout out to him. And also, I think Monty's are pretty fire. So those are my 2 honorable mentions.
Mr. Bean.
Yeah, dog, Mr. Bean go crazy. But at number 5, Terrence and Phillip, Canada's own. Yeah. We all know.
Not your friend, buddy.
I'm not your friend.
That's a good
buddy.
Terrence
Who's
and
your
Phillip
buddy,
voice.
buddy? I'm not your buddy, friend.
I'm not your guy, buddy.
I'm not your guy, buddy.
You got to throw the farts in there, man.
Yeah.
But of course, if you watch South Park, you know what we're talking about. At number 4, the Raptors 90s logo.
That's an oversight on my part. Good catch.
It's such a fire logo.
It
bro.
is.
One of the best logos ever made, just period.
Vancouver Grizzlies, too.
Yeah, that one was fire, too,
Slept
man.
on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out Big Country.
Shout out Big Country. I even knew that one.
At number 3, all dressed. There was one point that Ruffles had all dressed chips, and I was addicted to them for at least 2 years. So shout out the all dressed flavoring. I think that's a
They
Canadian
do
special.
chips way better than we do.
Congratulations on coming out of it.
Yeah, man, it was tough. It was tough, but.
Dill pickles are great. Ketchups are great.
Yep. At number 2, maple syrup. Of course, it's pretty. It's a staple. I mean, come on now. And at number 1, Bret the Hitman Hart. My favorite, or in my top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time. He's the fucking excellence of execution.
KG, you just made my buddy Bill Felsner, my little brother, you just made him real happy. That's his favorite human being.
No, that's a fact.
Hitman Hart. So.
He married a black woman. I mean, come on, it's Bret Hart. Like, the sharpshooter. Come on,
The
man.
best there was, the best there is,
And
the best there ever will be.
You goddamn right.
Detroit Arrow in the chat. Boo, Celine Dion. Boo, Paper Chungus. Chase's top 5 is sus, LOL. No, I know, but that's what makes it great.
Yes.
That's what makes it great, for real.
Yeah.
Like, Spenny's top 5 and Chase's top 5 are the pound for pound the best top 5s that we have on there. They're elite. Up for speculation, Lay's has all dressed chips now, but not as good as Canada, though.
No.
Canada does chips better than we do, D-Mac.
I do want to have a Canadian all-dressed chip, but
I can probably arrange for that.
Let me know.
Art Vandalay says Jim Carrey not getting any love. No Jonesy, no Ryan Reynolds, no Bob and Doug McKenzie, no Nickelback. What are we even doing? We're not done yet.
Yeah.
Darren McCarty.
Absolutely.
With great anticipation.
Great anticipation. You know what? Shout out to Keanu Reeves and John Candy. Great Canadians.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bret the Hitman Hart. Not this version of Chris Jericho, but the past Chris Jericho.
I can't stand
Abdul the
Jericho.
Butcher, just to name a few. But here is
Hi,
what
guys.
I've come down to. My top 5 Canadian. Jared Keeso. If you don't know who Jared Keeso, he is the man behind Letterkenny and Shoresy. He is Shoresy. He is the creator there. Those are 2 of my favorite shows because they hit so on point with the hockey guys and obviously like that. And he's such a great dude. So Keeso gets 5. Number 4, favorite Canadian band. And yes, Rush is great. Nickelback, whatever you want. Tragically Hip. Shout out Gordon Downs. If you're a Canadian kid, and especially junior hockey growing up, you know every Tragically Hip song. And what I love about the Tragically Hip, it's Canada relative. Their songs are relative to the country and stuff where you can relate to it from being all over. So one of the best Canadian bands ever. Number 3, Trailer Park Boys, Bubbles,
Get a lot of
Ricky,
love in the chat.
Julian, Leahy,
It's a funny show.
Randy, the whole crew.
It's no Mr. Bean, but it's all right.
No, it's all right.
Dude, I have a photo with Meltdown in it from a live show, and this is back when I was drinking, of the whole cast and characters when they're doing. I got to find it and bring it in. It's one of my favorites, but love those guys. Love the show. I think they're coming back out with a new season or a special and stuff like that. So my favorite. Number 2, the GOAT, greatest of all time. You know, I always say Rick Tocchet was my favorite hockey player growing up because that's who I could relate to. But Wayne Gretzky was God, and especially here where I was a diehard Wings fan, right? But we sucked and stuff, so you had to have a second team, and that was always Edmonton. That's where I learned.
Me too.
Learned how to win. Learn about different things like that. But Wayne Gretzky, and the greatness of Wayne Gretzky is a human being. If you've ever met him, he is everything. Like, you see him on there, he's such a good dude. Low key, Neil, you'd love him because he's a Jap artist. He's like built out of like the Eiserman and stuff. You see it with Bissonnette a lot, that relationship.
Little zingers, yeah.
So I love watching those two because that's sort of like Stevie and my relationship. Right? I'm Biz, by the way. Yeah, exactly. So Wayne Gretzky, number 1, greatest show
100%.
That ever produced. Obviously led me to career, but Hockey Night in Canada,
100%.
in the late 70s, 80s, stuff like that. Is the greatest show. And you were talking about the football, the Monday night, whatever. No, Saturday night you got whatever, the Toronto or maybe the Montreal game. Then you got the West Coast game,
it was
the
electric.
Calgary Edmonton. You got the doubleheader.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Now, Neil,
you're so excited. Mini sticks in the living room. Usually like at the grandparents with the cousins and stuff.
With the Tip Top ad behind the goal on the boards.
Whatever it is.
I never, to this day, I don't know what Tip Top was.
Neil, this is specifically for you, but
it's a suit company. It's like Men's Work Wearhouse.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. I never knew that.
This is specifically for you because I know you're a hockey and basketball guy, but anybody can answer in the room. Hockey Night in America or Inside the NBA? Which one is better?
Oh, you talk about Hockey Night in Canada?
Yeah.
Hockey Night in Canada is better.
It's better?
Yeah, 100%. I know that people aren't going to hear that. They're not going to want to hear that, but it's factual. Hockey Night Canada's elite. Elite. I've said it.
If you're a hockey head.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. You're going to watch the game, and you're going to watch the intermission just because the knowledge of, and shout out to Free, and even back in the day, you never miss Grapes.
Nope.
And Ron McLean. That was must because he brought up everything. But even now with Kelly Rudy and Elliot Friedman, Kevin Bieksa or whatever, like the education you get or the talk they have is just a deeper love. And you got to be a hockey head. I love Inside the NBA and watching the guys.
Yeah.
But I don't watch the basketball game. I just turn on
No, but some people literally just watch
because that's the entertainment.
Yeah.
With Hockey Night in Canada, it's the whole
experience.
The whole package.
Got it.
Xavier D in the chat. Chase's top 5s aren't for idiots. So I mean, you got to be nuanced to understand Chase's top 5.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chuck Brewer nailed it. Inside the NBA is entertainment. Hockey Night in Canada is informative.
Got it.
That's a great way to put it.
Got it.
Yeah.
I should have had. Okay. Last, maybe least, depending on your opinion, my top 5 things about Canada. Oh, that was back in the heavier days.
Neil.
Yeah, my sister's wedding
in the leisure suit. All right.
Oh, that was the end of the night, and I got on a run that night. I'll say it.
I can see it on your face.
We got a little disheveled that night.
It's the double curl at the top that is like. So you put some tequila in
the horses got out of the barn that night. We'll just say it like that.
Well, your sister got married. I mean, of course.
All
right.
It's I have a lot of honorable mentions. Number 1, Tim Hortons.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Tim Hortons definitely. Number 2, Steve Yzerman. Shout out to Stevie Y as well. So a lot of that. And number 3, Ron McLean. You brought him up. Number 5, City of Toronto. Did a couple bachelor parties there. Got like that a couple nights in Toronto. Elite town.
Yeah.
Great town. Great food. The street hot dog vendors are out of this world.
I heard it's a melting pot of women as well. So.
City of Toronto is awesome.
Yeah.
I love the city of Toronto. Number 4, the Toonie, which is a close cousin of the city of Toronto and the bachelor party experience. Because in order to get like that in a photo, you got to spend some money.
Yeah.
And through a bachelor party weekend, funds run dry, right? And you're on the train going home, and you're like, wow, I spent all my money. But then you reach into your pocket, and you got $31 in your pocket somehow.
Dude,
and you're back,
the greatest
baby.
flex ever. You know what? Like, to that point, the Canadian change jar is electric. Hundreds of dollars.
If I broke into a house, that'd be the first thing I would steal in Canada. Would be the Canadian change jar. There's probably $2 million in that thing.
You got it.
Number 3, hockey night in Canada, as we talked about our love for it. Number 2, drinking at 19. I feel that one was slept on here.
Yeah.
Spenny, did you ever have a Canada run?
I went to Canada once.
That's it?
Like to drink, yeah. I mean,
that's an older people thing.
I would just drink here.
Yeah, no, they didn't. Neil, did you have Don Cherries?
Yes.
So they didn't.
I was in the prime.
Don Cherries, like in the prime of what?
Studio
like the
4.
prime of Windsor or whatever to go back over there. We'd even go over there. I mean, I grew up over there, so I knew the lay of the land before. But Don Cherries was electric.
There was a different bar on every floor. Yeah. It was incredible. And then number 1, Cuban cigars. I know it's USA. We love America. Why can't I get a Cuban cigar in America?
That's a fact.
What are we doing here? For real. Like you want to do executive orders and stuff. Get Cuban cigars back in America.
Hey, Big T might do that one. That's
come on.
Something he would do.
I have one every time I go over there. I'm not a huge cigar guy. Maybe like 4 a year. Have one on the deck or something like that.
Yeah.
But a good Cuban cigar is elite. And we got to get that fixed.
I'd probably be a better golfer if I was smoking Cubans on the golf course. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a flex.
IT Hips, Michael J. Fox as well, getting some love. Mike O, Chris Farley equal John Candy equal Neil. I was up there, man.
Mike G, Bentley's. Yes. Bentley's back in the day on here on Church.
Yes. Chuck Brewer, you have to have a guy, Neil. Like, I don't want to have a guy. I have a guy for enough things. I just want to go in the store and get a Cuban cigar.
Fair.
Like, you can bet on ping pong in this country. You can't get a Cuban cigar?
You could bet on anything in this country.
Like, what are we doing, man? Bentley's was the spot in Windsor. Bentley's was. It was great. But yeah, easy. The hair was crazy. That was when I told my wife I should grow my hair like Magali Ordonez, and she said you couldn't even do that.
Yeah,
that's all it took.
That was pretty close. It was wavy too. I see you.
That's all. That's all it took.
My first Tiger.
Yeah. Tiger Town, Chubby Neil. No, that was Fat Neil.
Y'all full on fat.
Full on fat.
But still getting to it though. Don't play.
Yeah, 100%.
Y'all seen the picture.
No, 100%. But yeah, the Cuban cigar thing really, really bothers me if you can't tell. Tell me about Mark White.
Mark White, if you're looking to buy or sell your home, Mark White should be your first choice. He'll save you up to $5,000 on your closing costs. Visit him at markwhitesells.com or call him at 248-290-8242. Mark White will put you in your dream home. Like I said, he'll save you up to $5,000 to your closing costs. Mark White should be your first choice.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Welcome back, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. And nitty gritty, Don Cherry was the best dressed Canadian ever. No, he was on point, just not with some of his takes. He did get me mad all the time about the Russian stuff.
Yeah, but dude, he lost all his credibility because he flip-flopped like a motherfucking fish out of water.
Yeah.
The fact that, it was always we couldn't win because of it, and then automatically he's waving the flags when we do it. We got lost total respect for him for that. Like, stick to your guns, and then call it out like what it is I was wrong. So like it got old.
Yes.
So, love grapes, but, don't approve of some of the things he said or whatever like that. But in that case, like, he was just wrong. So the credibility, like, just stick to your guns.
Michael Daniel, DMAC, was Canada's outside ice better than the USA's?
Was what?
When you played hockey outside.
So it does, like, cold is cold.
Right.
So it's all, I think that, no, because no matter where it is with the right temperature, right? Ice is ice, and it's how you maintain it. I think that the flexes, they've been doing it longer.
Right.
So they have an idea, but that's where we grew up. We grew up on pond, my grandparents had a pond. We had a creek. Anything that froze, we skated on. So I think that's the great thing here. Like all over, like in Livonia, there's like a neighborhood family that I've been to it that has a hockey rink.
Of course you've been there, man. That's so on brand for you.
Like, like the outdoor rink, like and like Clark Park and different things like that.
There's a little like pop-up set up at the park right around the corner from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just like a little like there's no net or anything like that, but you can just go and skate and
There's
practice.
actually some like in Berkeley or whatever over where the just on 11 Mile where there's pickleball courts and tennis court. There's a hockey, like the outdoor hockey rink. Like some of the communities have them. So I guess it all depends on how they're maintained, because it's all like maintenance. Because you had like the one thing too is like it was almost like daily chores, but like there's some like where I grew up in Leamington. So the kids I played hockey with, right, brothers, the Thiessen brothers, they had the flowers. Right, so they have greenhouses of flowers, but they took one of the greenhouses and turned it into an outdoor rink. It had boards, it had benches, it was awesome. It had dressing room and stuff like that. So it was cool. We go there, when we were younger, and there's all that sort of stuff. So it's cool.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Justin Station. Never knew Neil was a 340 shorty. I never got to 340. I got to 338, and that was when we said, all right, we gotta rein this in. So that was the way. That was the way that it works. It's hard for about 3 weeks, and then it's just the way life is. So, it wasn't too bad. Spenny, you're going through it right now. Is it hard right now?
No.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah, just a routine.
Yep, you just got to accept the way it is, man, and move on. So, props to you, by the way.
Thank you.
Yep.
Down 60 pounds.
Good. Glad to hear it, man, for sure. Steve O'Baby, Neil, top 5 sports reporters of Detroit. Maybe we'll get there.
Top 5 black guys next week.
In honor of Black History Month.
Oh yeah, you gonna give us ours.
Yeah.
I'm putting a little qualifier on mine. It's gonna be like personal relationships aside.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
My top 5 would be Darius, Easy, KG, JB. Like it'd be
right.
Fill up with all my friends. Like I don't want to do that.
He knows black people.
Yeah, a lot of them.
I have black friends. He has black friends.
I do have black friends.
No, Spinny tapped in with a culture. He's a card carrying member for
is he?
Time, so
well, that's why KG wouldn't be on my top 5 list. He does it. He's not a friend. He's not an ally. He's not helping me facilitate
Not helping the cause.
Yeah, not at all.
The cause.
Not at all.
How? You have to learn what it's like to be black, and that's getting held down. Like, what are we talking
That's
about?
a
I'm
very
trying to
good
give you the
point.
black experience. You can be the most qualified motherfucker ever. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Okay, fair point. Touche.
Thank you.
I will give you that. But yes, next week, top 5 black guys.
And we will be policing the chat. That is not a time to get your shit off, people. We will be policing the chat, man. It's the last day of Black History Month. Let's be respectful.
I did miss, by the way, in the chat too. Somebody said no love for Molson. No,
did somebody say
Molson? Yeah, and I did. I meant to give that.
Labatt's.
I meant to give that on my honorable mention. Molson Triple X.
Molson over Labatt.
My mom
Thank
was a
you.
Molson gal. We had
I'll tell you,
we had the fridge in the garage growing up. Where the beers and the pops and stuff were. And my dad always had Labatt. My mom always had Molson.
You guys were always talking yesterday about Busch Light or PBR or whatever like that. Dude, have you ever had an old Vienna?
No.
Just say old
shit
Vienna.
sounds
Oh, that
strong.
great tasting beer.
That shit sounds strong.
Oh, yeah.
Can you put it in the chat, Molson or Labatt?
Okay.
I expect Labatt to win,
No.
but I want to identify
No,
who the real
Molson's
ones are.
better. That's like
I agree with you.
I've never had a Molson. Labatt, though?
you got to try old Vienna.
I would say, like,
They
if-
still make it?
I was a Molson export guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you went the top line between the two, like Labatt Blue, I think is the best beer of them all. But if you go to the designer levels, Molson dominates Labatt. Molson Export, Molson Triple X, Molson Ice, all of them. All of them great.
Y'all hyping this up. I'm about to go in.
Molson Triple X, KG, it'll get you there quicker.
Okay.
I'm just
It's
saying.
like the
Noted.
Natty Daddy's of Canadian
You
beer.
talking to a beer guy. Noted.
It's a Natty Daddy of Canadian beer.
Okay.
I fully-
I'm hip to the Natty Daddy. So, all
There you
right,
go.
bet. Bet it up.
DN, see, like
We're here
this.
for a long time.
KG, I'm not saying this as like a license to, like, I'm not opening the door and letting everybody in. I'm
Okay.
not saying this comment as that.
Okay.
I'm saying it as an example of where we're not going to go.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
DNC ENT qualifiers. Full black, or can you have a white parent? It's up to you.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Don't start getting in the. And this isn't a license for you guys to just push the door open.
You're right.
and just start doing what you want to do.
But-
like, I know we all know what you want to do.
Exactly. But some of them will be under review, so just pick wisely. I will say that. We will tear apart some of them, so I think that's fair.
Yes. Justin Station, Molson Triple X will have you blacked out going crazy off a sixer. I know, it was a great pre-softball beer back in the day, back in my 3:30 days. That was a way that it worked. All right, I want to get back into the Lions thing. Like, phrases like this, okay? And again, this is the informative part. Paper Chungus, quote, best black of 2025, Kanye West. We will not refer to them as, quote, the best black.
Yeah,
and,
let's
and
not do
that's
that.
crazy that Kanye is your.
Yeah, Kanye been wilding, bro. We can't stand behind Kanye at this point. So
Mike O, Moosehead is off the hook beer. No love for Moosehead. We slept on that one.
That is if you want to get there.
right, I ain't got no time to waste.
Now we're talking like Carlsbad and
Carlsbad. All right, easy.
Carlsberg.
All right, let's take the break. I want to get into this Terry and Arnold and this whole redraft thing. All right, when
Black
we come
label.
back. I got the Vlad Guerrero trade that got crushed on our socials as well. Dr. Pierce, D-Mac.
Absolutely. Attention, sports fans. Don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy. Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that I trusted for 4 Stanley Cups. Dr. Jeff Pierce is going to keep you in the game, performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com. Call 248-426-9944.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG, Spencer Raxter, Chase in the Chase Lounge. And, of course, all of you in the chat.
It's all their fault.
No,
in the
that's
chat.
Okay.
Y'all some sick mofos in the chat.
I want to do like sports things, but you guys don't. And hey, you guys program the show sometimes. And Cody Engel, you did this.
You did.
I said this to everybody during the break. I said your message in here. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel, by the way. Cody Engel, we are a week out, and the chat is already going wild for top 5 black guys.
Y'all can't help yourselves.
And then right on the heels of that, there's questions about Trevor Thompson and things like that. Shout out Trevor Thompson, man. He's my guy.
Yeah.
100% he's my
guy,
guy.
too.
Yep. Great dude, by the way. But with that being said, Darren McCarty has already sent in his top 5 black guy list. He's excited for it.
I jumped the gun and I forgot we were doing Canadians, so I wanted to make sure. So I'm all set for next week.
I can't wait to see
with
you.
Lentz on my honorable mentions and everything.
Jessica D.
I actually walked in the back to make sure Lentz understood the mission.
I know D-Mac go have
and it was a week early.
Jessica Dean, you guys are going to be throwing flags all over the place. Oh, I know.
Yeah. We're prepared.
I know.
Just no bullshit getting called out.
What about this, KG? Shad216, top 5 black guys, honorable mention, Neil Rule. Quote, he's got his card in my book.
Yeah, okay, in your book, not the actual book. So that's fine.
Well, Shad and Pontiac. I got the cards there.
Shad and Pontiac makes sense.
No, Shad and Pontiac.
Oh, excuse the fuck out of me.
Keep it straight, all right? Okay. This one's for Spencer. I think I need Spencer's input. Copacetic Sushi. Neil, does Mel Tucker qualify?
He's black.
Spenny?
I mean, he's a black guy. He's not going to be on my list.
You're right. That's a fact.
Okay. No, we're not going to discuss if OJ was, quote, underrated.
He'd be on Maz's list.
No, 2,000 yards in 14 games.
And got away with murder. You know what I'm just saying? You got to give it up.
He just had a bad day.
No, OJ is a great black. I can't hold you.
And he's going to spend the rest of his life trying to find the real killer.
Yeah.
He got away with killing a white girl.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. You got to give him his credit.
John effing Lord, this is going to be good.
To say the least.
We're a week away.
Yes.
And look at it. Okay.
Yeah.
I do want to get to this. CBS Sports redrafted last year's draft. And it was interesting. Just for some reference, number 1, Jaden Daniels would have went to the Bears. Now, I do have to question some of their stuff with number 2. They have Caleb Williams going to Washington. Drake May going 3 to the Patriots. Jared Verse going 4 to the Cardinals. Okay? Some of the notable ones. The Giants would have taken Bo Nix at 6. How about this one? At 7, Cooper DeJean to the Titans.
Over Quinyon Mitchell?
Yes.
Great white hope.
Chop Robinson going number 8 to the Falcons.
Tried to tell y'all about Chop.
They have Quinyon Mitchell going number 11 to the Vikings.
What?
They have J.J. McCarthy going 12 to the Broncos. Where else do we have? Marvin Harrison Jr. going 17 to the Jaguars.
Damn, 17?
Your boy, Nate Wiggins, going 18 to Cincinnati.
Yeah. Did you say Bo Nix yet?
Yes, I did.
He went to Giants.
Yeah, Michael Penix going 20 to the Steelers.
Oh, that would have been good.
Number 22, they have the Eagles taking Andrew Phillips, the cornerback. 23, Dominic Pooney going to the Vikings. They have the Cowboys taking Bucky Irving. They have the Packers at 25 taking Kamari Lassiter. They have the Buccaneers at 26 taking Zach Frazier. The Cardinals at 27 taking Xavier Worthy. The Bills at 28 taking Jalix Hunt. And the Lions at number 29 taking Jerrion Jones, the safety.
A safety?
Yep. That's what they have. They have other notable positions. Tarheeb Still going 31 to the 49ers, and Peyton Wilson going 32 to the Chiefs.
Yeah, TA not even a first round.
Terrion Arnold is not a first-round pick, according to CBS Sports. We've heard, much like the Jared Goff haters, I feel as though there's a soft underbelly of Brad Holmes dissenters, too, with this draft. I feel that way.
Nationally?
Nationally and locally.
Oh, locally, too?
And locally as well.
Okay.
Yeah, there's been a lot of local criticism.
We can go two ways with this. We can do the Terrion Arnold thing. We can do the Brad Holmes draft this year. But I think the Brad Holmes draft thing is lazy. And I'll die on this hill, and I'll reference this all the time. Spencer Raxter drilled this before anybody else in this town. With the acquisition of talent, you can't think in terms of the same, we have to get 3 starters. There's not 3 starters to get anymore. There's just not. And it was never going to be like that with this draft. And Spencer Raxter deserves a credit for that, and I hope he's adjusted people's line of thinking. I'll see you in the chat in a minute. But with all that being said, Terrion Arnold, where are we at with Terrion Arnold?
Excited.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
it's exciting. The fact that you got a kid coming in that pretty much got pushed into the role of being your number one guy and I thought he did such a respectable job. And as the year gone on, he learned how to not play SEC defense with his hands. Some of the things that we were questioning early on, I think that he got better on. And then yesterday we played Calvin Shepard, the real one, not KG Shepard.
Thank you.
To get him mixed up. Of saying, right, who is the one guy that he talked about? And anybody that he could talk about. Oh, yeah, talking to Terrion Arnold down there, but we got work to do. The potential that he's got, I see that, right? I'm excited because they're excited. Yeah, I think that the flex, too, more is Terrion Arnold getting that disdain or the question that we had that people gave about Jameson Williams, right? To me, I think that that's where the analogy is that they either want to see more or he's got to be better. No, dude, he's got to figure his way into this league, which is a man's league. You don't think he's going to be better?
Yeah.
And what happened? He lost Carlton Davis. He lost Amik Robertson. He lost all the guys
Defensive
around
line,
him, and he stayed true and durable no matter what. Right? To me, that there's so much upside. All these guys you're naming off in this redraft, and the first thing I looked down in the chat and I saw Easy go, "This thing's garbage" or whatever. It lost me, and maybe you lost me when in the draft that they draft Cooper DeJean ahead of Quinyon Mitchell, right? Because how'd that kid go? That kid was better than Terrion Arnold. But I think that the potential that Arnold has to be a cover, to be your one guy to whatever else, it's all about the maturity. So he's got to mature. I mean, I think sky's the limit for him.
He stepped into a starting role year one. And, Neil, I got to push back a little bit because the Lions did need starters at the corner position. And they made that clear when they went and got TA and then followed that up with Rakestraw. But for what you wanted him to do, and I said this on the morning show, the mistake people are making with TA is kind of the mistake people made with Jack Campbell in his rookie season. A lot of people thought Jack Campbell wasn't really putting up that great of a numbers, although he was just shy of 100 tackles his rookie season. And he came in and did the job that you would like him to do. But now we see year 2 Jack Campbell, and he's even better than a lot of people thought. So I think we'll see the same thing with TA. He was able to come down and hold in a starting role. I know it wasn't perfect, but it was never going to be perfect. That's a tough turnaround in the NFL, that corner position. So for what we asked him to do, I feel like he fulfilled the role pretty damn good and can get better.
And Neil, too, look at the decimated D line where you're playing man. And in Aaron Glenn's system, you're playing man the whole time. Imagine if you get pressure playing zone or getting sort of, what we saw with Philly or putting these guys in a better position. I think that I'm speculating we're going to play more zone than we have with some man-to-man, but then you let these guys free and you're confusing the offense of what these guys can do because you can't argue that the talent isn't there. But they also know they have, insulated. And I think that they knew they needed starters. That's why they got Robertson. That's why they went out and got Carlton Davis. But that's also why they drafted guys to come.
Yeah, that's a good point about the man coverage, too. That's also a factor because people throw Quinyon Mitchell, but the Eagles do play a lot of man or a lot of zone defense. So it's a difference.
And look at the pressure that they get up front. Like, imagine playing behind that D line that is just, you don't have to cover. I got to cover one move instead of 5 moves. So I think that also, too, Neil, Sauce Gardner hurt a lot of guys coming behind him because of coming out and doing so. Everybody thinks you're a first rounder, you got to be Sauce Gardner, at least his first year or whatever. But I just think the upside of Terrion Arnold is his ceiling is like, it's like Jamison Williams.
Jay Hart in the chat. Not to mention ETA was a big part of the defense going almost 15 quarters without giving up a touchdown. He held his own, folks. Come on now. He's not Jeff Okudah. And like my point about Terrion Arnold is this, and I think people do need to tap the brakes on it a little bit. Say this is his ceiling. Like, say this year was his ceiling, all right?
Which is ridiculous.
Which is ridiculous to say, 100%. But say this was it. He's a starting – is that not a starting cornerback in this league? That's a starting cornerback in this league.
All over, like, half the teams.
Right. Like, if this was it, he's a starting cornerback in the league. And when you're in the 20s in the draft and you get a starting cornerback, that's a good draft pick. Mm-hmm. Like, people got to adjust. Not everybody is 1-1, man. Like, you can't expect that.
Yeah.
And the other thing, too, like with the Brad Holmes draft stuff and spending, we knew this day was coming, man, where the script was going to flip. And he's going to be held to that ridiculous standard that he's been at. Guys, you can't continue to be on a draft run like he was.
Yeah.
You can't.
You're going to miss eventually. Broderick Martin, for example. You can't hit them all.
And even those guys, like, because this year was the project year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Giovanni Manu and those kinds of picks like that. Like, you're going to take projects. When you got things rolling, like, you're going to say, I like this guy.
Potential.
I feel like we can unlock
late bloomer. Like, and that's what we hear about these guys that we haven't seen, is that their intention for the game plan. So that's all part of it. What do we need? What do we need Brad Holmes to do? We need to draft specifics for what this team needs, and I think that he will.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Wheezy D. Jack Campbell still not worth a first-round pick, but he's all right.
It's your opinion.
He's a 100-tackle guy.
Yeah. In year 2.
In year 2, man. Like,
he was 90-something last year. That's what I'm saying. People kind of slept on Jack Campbell's rookie year.
If I offered you that, if I said, hey, where was he, 16, 18, something like that?
18.
So in the teens.
He was 18.
Yeah.
He's in the high teens, all right?
18, yeah.
He's in the high teens. If I didn't give you a picture or a name and I said, all right, I'll get you a linebacker that's 100-plus, 110-tackle-a-year guy.
You would take
I'll give it to you right now. He's off ball, but you can lock it in.
And for Wheezy D313 in the Woodward Sports chat, who said Terrion Arnold is Jeff Okudah. Jeff Okudah's rookie year, in only 6 starts that he had his rookie year, he had 53 targets, 41 completions allowed for a 77% completion percentage, 598 yards and 2 touchdowns. And again, that's in 6 starts.
Fell down 11
Terrion
times.
Arnold, in 15 games started, 90 targets, 50 completions allowed, only a 55% completion percentage, so 22% less completion percentage, and 4 touchdowns allowed in 15 starts.
Sounds comparable, Spenny.
So, yeah, I mean, they're the same guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys.
One guy's an arena football league cornerback. The other one is a good NFL
freaking
quarterback.
hell.
And where's Jeff Okudah? 1 foot out the league almost. He's been bounced around 2 teams already. He was a top 3 pick.
Yeah, and
What
he
are
was
we talking about?
the 3rd pick of the draft. Jeff Okudah is one of the biggest busts in the history of the NFL.
We should have drafted Derek Brown. Imagine him with Hutch.
All right, let's take the break. There's a Tigers issue that I want to get to that made some buzz on social media. No question about it. Planet Fitness, everybody, live at the Planet Fitness studios. And, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, there it is, right there. I'm telling you guys. Live at the Planet Fitness studios. There's over 50 Metro Detroit locations. There's thousands of them worldwide as well. And for just $24.99 a month with a Black Card, You can go to all of them if you want. Make it a mission. Right? The new generation's about experiences, right? There you go. Go work out at every Planet Fitness in the world. That's an experience for you. No, but for real. Clean gym, great facilities, great equipment that they upgrade all the time. Our Planet Fitness over here on West Maple Road just got the whole new setup over there. And to be honest with you, I didn't feel like it really needed it. Everything was fine. But anyway, it's all new equipment in there, guys. It's clean. You can get your shower. You can go on about your workday. It can become a daily part of your life. You guys saw that picture of me earlier in life. Planet Fitness, one of the contributors of that. I get my miles in and I go on about my way. We come in here, we do the show, we rock and roll. So again, make it a part of your life, everybody. And more than that, don't pay more money to lift the same weights. The weights weigh the same at that gym that your friends work out at. That's $79.99 a month, okay? PlanetFitness.com. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Soroki's crispy chicken and pizza. Delicious, delicious stuff. 7 different wings for you to choose from. My personal favorite is the spicy garlic, so try them all and choose your own favorite. Make sure you tap into any Soroki's near you. To find one near you, go to Sorokis.com.
All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Neil Rule, and Darren McCarty, all of you in the chat as well. Spencer Raxter, KG, Chase also. All right, I wanted to touch on this as we get ready to roll. Tigers' first spring training game, Saturday. Already, just like that, Saturday. So eventually it'll be warm outside. Probably about May. But, that's how it is here.
Suffer until then.
Suffer until then, no doubt. So yesterday our social team put a proposed trade. Spenny, do we have it in the system or not?
Yeah.
We do? Our social team put out a proposed trade for the Tigers. And it was interesting. In the trade, the Tigers would receive from the Blue Jays Vlad Guerrero. They would trade Colt Keith, Kevin McDongle, was it Mao Yu Lee?
Mao Yu Lee.
Yep. And Troy Melton as well. And it got slammed on social media. Slammed. And Randall Smalls was in before we even went to the commercial break. Vlad Jr., talk about overpaying for an average DH.
Is he? I thought he was playing first still. Is he DHing?
Yeah, he plays first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gold glove first baseman.
Yeah, exactly.
Won a gold glove.
He ain't DHing, but that's fine.
The dull spoon, I'm good with it. Send it. Okay. That's literally the first person that I saw say yeah to that.
Yeah. That's actually cheap.
Well, for me, it comes with the caveat of we're going to work out a deal. So I'll throw that in.
You're
there.
not even making that trade without.
We're gonna work out a deal. Now his thing with the Blue Jays, D-Mac, he gave him a deadline of yesterday. Said if we don't get anything done, I'm cutting off the talks, and we're not talking anymore. So, with that being said, the word on the streets was the Blue Jays were at $350 million. His camp's at $450 million.
Ooh.
And
over how long?
The years weren't discussed. I would imagine you're probably looking 9 or 10.
Damn.
10 or 11,
baseball contract.
Just say 10.
So is this the guy you want to throw the Cabrera contract at? I mean, doesn't this sound like here we are again? Yeah. Who's gonna get that big money, and are we gonna live and die? With this guy, is this that isn't that the question you have to ask?
2-time Silver Slugger, 1-time Gold Glove winner, 4-time All-Star. finished in the top 6 in the MVP voting twice.
Can this guy get you over the edge and over the hump to win a World Series the next 5 years?
Last year he hit 323 with 30 home runs and 103 RBIs.
There's nobody on the Tigers even close to 300.
He's missed 11 games in 4 years. Baseball. 11 games in 4 years. So people can get that. I would just go back to this. Wheezy D. Come home, Vladdy. Chuck, if he does an extension, I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
you're not even making that trade.
You're not making a trade if he's not getting it.
Correct. Brando, for a DH, are you crazy? Who's the Tigers' best hitter?
Riley Green.
Riley Green. Last year, right? Breakout year for Riley, right?
Yeah. Yep, all-star.
Very good, too. Very good defensively.
Yeah.
A WAR just over 5, right? Mm-hmm. Vlad's WAR's over 6 if you're into WAR. If you're into just straight numbers, he hit 262 with an 827 OPS, and that was electric on this team, right? Yep. That was electric. Vlad last year, his OPS was 940. He's touched 1,000 for a season in his career. It is not close. Like, the people on our social channels that were just like, it blew their mind that we could even throw that out there.
Yeah. He's a superstar.
D-Mac, he's a superstar hitter and a Gold Glove fielder. What are we talking about?
No, I mean, it's just the guy. Like, that's the questions you have to ask. Can he put you over the edge? Is this the one guy that you need? Does this put everything else into place? Or, right, because we've been here before. Don't act like we haven't been here before. With Miguel Cabrera coming off better numbers, and we know what happened with that. Is it worth the risk to where we're at? Does this, if you made this move, what guarantees, like, winning this division? Is this a division-winning move?
Absolutely.
Is this right? Does this put you like head-to-head with Cleveland? Does this like put you in a different stratosphere by adding this person?
ALCS at the least.
So if that's the case, right, for the next few years with the youth and everything you have, I mean, you seriously got to look at it, because are you really giving anything up?
Colt Keith.
Right, and the only
McConicle is a great prospect.
Yeah,
Howie Lee is a great prospect. Like those, but
yeah,
but you're giving up.
You got to pay for what you want.
Yeah,
but this is like Neil said, and to me, the availability is off the charts.
And people think because he's a bigger dude, right, that he misses games and stuff. Like he plays,
and he's still on the younger side.
I think
right?
the problem that people had with it is that he is a free agent, and you would have to get the deal done as well. But
yeah, how old is he, Neil? He's still on the younger side of his career, right?
Yeah,
I think he's like 25.
Yeah,
like what are we talking about?
Yeah, he's 25 right now. He'll be
that's cheap.
Well, he'll be 26 next week.
Yeah. Do you think the Raptors? I mean, not the Raptors. The Blue Jays would even go for that? Because that kind of seems like that's a steal, kind of.
Well, I mean, but that's a thing, right? Like, yeah. And Spenny, I'm curious because I know you're a big Colt Keith guy.
Yep.
You doing it?
Yep.
Okay.
Colt
then.
Keith, not even if anything, is Kevin McGonigal, like he said, because he's a top prospect. He could be your shortstop.
But like
of
you
the
said,
future.
you gotta
pay for what you want.
You gotta have it assured that he is going to re-sign. You're not doing this without having a deal in place. And that isn't, you don't have that insurance. He could say, yeah, I'll resign, and then not do it. So that's where it comes from.
And it comes back to this too, and DNC ENT. This is low-key delusional. We can't get these MFers to sign Scooble.
Yeah.
$170 million of Bregman is wildly different than $500 million. We're not talking $500 million. He's looking for $450.
Yeah.
It's only $50.
Yeah, they would never. That's why the deal is crazy, because they would never fork out the money to re-sign a guy of his caliber.
Right.
Then what are we doing?
I mean,
then just shut it down.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Then why do I watch?
Yeah.
Like, if we're not in the business
They're the Rays, man.
of getting over the top, then that's what we are. Then we're the Marlins, we're the Rays, and why do we even bother? For real. Why? I should literally just pick a different team to watch, but I can't do that.
No.
Like, I can't. I'm locked in. I'm trapped. And I guess, like, why I'm getting upset right now is you guys are probably right. DNC&T, you're probably right. And guess what in the end? Who's stuck holding the bag? I am.
Yeah.
Because if we can't get it together, and from what I saw about the Bregman thing, the offers that were on the table, that what his camp wanted versus what the Tigers wanted wasn't that far off. Mm-hmm. Bregman would have done 6 at 180 with an opt-out.
Yep.
Or he would have done 7 at 210 with no opt-outs. So, like, if you're in it for 170, why aren't you in it for 210? For real.
That's a good point.
For real. Like, and it's easy to say, well, Neil, that's $40 million. If you don't want to spend the money, then don't own a team.
Yeah.
In a no salary cap league.
And what I'm looking at it is where I've already 100% come to terms with the Tigers are not going to spend. They're not going to sign a $250 million or a $500 million contract to anybody.
Okay, then last year was our little fun, happy action fun time.
It was, and they're not going to sign Skubal. They're not. They're not.
I'm feeling
we are
that
not
way
going
too.
to sign.
You're making your peace. I can see in your eyes. You made your peace with that.
Yeah, no, it's what they.
Then what are we doing,
Because
Spenny?
he's going to the market.
Scott Boras got Bregman $40 million a year. What do you think he's going to get Turk Skubal?
Yeah, he's going to the open market.
And I look at what the Tigers are doing right now is they're trying to hit gold in the international market, where you get your Acuna, your Tatis, your Ellie De La Cruz. You get one of these guys that you get him in here at 18. They turn into a superstar at 18. You sign them to a 10-year, $100 million contract, and then when they're 25, you're paying them $10 million a year to be an MVP candidate. That's what they're hoping for. That's what they did with Colt Keith. That's what they're going to do with Chris Rodriguez. That's what they're going to do with this guys. And when they get that guy that turns out to be that MVP caliber guy, they got at $10 million a year for 10 years, then they're going to pay for pitching. But right now, they're not going to do it. They're not going to re-sign Skubal. If they do, I would be extremely surprised, because Tarek Skubal is going to get $50 million a year, and they're not going to pay him that.
Spenny cooking, man.
Well, but see, for me, with the Tarek Skubal thing, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again, you don't want to sign him. Okay, it's volatile, right? Like, you look at all these pitcher deals, they never end well.
No.
Never.
Nope.
None of them do.
But that's the cost
But
of doing business.
that's the cost of doing business. If you're scared, go to church. Like, don't own a team then.
Yeah.
Like, don't own a team. And with the Skubal thing, then here's what I ask then, okay? If you're not going to sign him, then move him.
Yeah.
Then move him. If this is the way we're going to go, then go that way.
Like, I hate to put this out there, but like the Rays, they've been doing this for a while. The Rays almost had it. They had their superstar guy loading. He just liked little kids.
Right.
So, like,
no, that's a fact.
That kind of threw a wrench into the works, where it's like, he's got a 14-year-old girlfriend. They're like, well, but if the Tigers strike gold on one of these, like I said, the first, I follow the Tigers International Scouting account. I follow, minor league reports. Shout out to Rogelio and those guys.
Shout out.
When Scott Harris, like the first week of him being the GM, I saw Tigers signed 16-year-old Venezuelan, 15-year-old Cuban, 16-year-old Dominican, like 7 of them in a row. I was like, all right, that's what you got to do. If you're going to be the Rays, if you're going to be the Marlins, if you're going to be one of these teams, that's what you got to do, and you got to strike gold on one of them. You got to find your Acuna. You got to find your Tatis, and that's what they're hoping Chris Rodriguez is going to be. Do I believe in it? Is that a surefire way to have success? No, but if you strike gold, then you got it for a little while, and you try to ride it out before he signs with the Yankees. And it's just what happens.
Rando, you guys should quit talking baseball altogether. Sorry, Rando, if I'm intrigued with the guy that got MVP votes.
Yeah, eat shit, Rando.
It's 25 years old, going on 26. That's missed 11 games in 3-4 years. Yep. That's a Gold Glove defender. That was 30 and 100 last year again.
Right.
That is far and away. The OPS plus is off the charts compared to anyone on our team.
Yeah.
He would walk in, and I would say he'd be the best hitter on our team. I'm underselling. He's one of the best hitters in the league, Rando.
Yeah. And Rando, you know I rock with you. You my guy, man. But
he's talking a lot of shit lately.
As far as baseball anyway. But it's a slap in the face that your owner would go out there and add premium seating to a stadium in which you do not have a player to fill those seats. What am I paying premium seating for? Riley Green? No disrespect. But, like, it's a slap in the face. He won't spend money, but he's trying to get more money out of you. It don't work like that.
Wheezy, DNCENT, losing value on Skubal every day. Thank you. Somebody listens.
Yeah, but it's the truth. His agent is going to the market, period. There will be no re-sign before the 2 years.
Yeah, no.
So, and I'm more, every day I'm more in Spenny's camp. I think he was cooking with that.
He's going to get $50 million a year.
Yeah.
Tarek Skubal on the open market as the best pitcher in baseball, a left-hander that can hit over 100, like, he's going to get $50
It might be a little aggressive,
year.
but you're closer to 50 than 40.
He got 30-plus-year-old Bregman, $40 million a year. You're going to get a possible back-to-back Cy Young winner? Like, come on. The Tigers are not forking up enough money to keep Tarek Skubal. I'm sorry, but enjoy him while you can.
Then why do I bother?
Skubal for Vlad hit up?
Because we're addicted.
Scooble for Vlad, head up. I feel like
No, because they wouldn't pay him
because the
either.
minute you
Yeah,
do
they
that,
wouldn't
like,
pay the
you're-
contract, but just hypothetically.
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
just
if
talking
we're
shit.
moving him for that, then why are we gonna give Vlad the money?
Well, yeah. True.
And like no, because
Pitching ain't the Tigers' problem.
yeah,
That's the only argument. I
no,
would
because
make.
he's a Cy Young winning pitcher.
Yeah.
And I want an MVP caliber bat.
Yeah.
And then I want to go win the division for the next 9
And
years.
maybe a World Series.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you would have thought. But yeah, I get you. I get you.
Because like, look, last year was cute and it was fun. This team can't win a World Series.
No.
It can't.
Hell no. Dodgers got a $400 million payroll. They're not
The
gonna fuck
Guardians were
World
better
Series
than
this
us last year. Is that
They-
fair?
time. Yeah, absolutely.
That's fair.
Yeah.
They had no shot.
They got a superstar.
That's
the
why I'm
Guardians have a
concerned this
superstar.
year.
Yeah.
The Guardians have a top
They have
five
a Vlad
player.
Guerrero.
The Guardians have a top 5 player in baseball. The Royals have a top 5 player in
Yeah.
baseball. You don't, other than position player.
Like,
But Riley Green, and I love him. It's not enough. He can't be your 1A.
No, he cannot. If you want to win a World Series, no, he cannot. And Tarek Skubal is one of the best pitchers in baseball. So a position player. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
I'll
about.
be a speak
You don't
about
have a
position
top 5 bat in baseball. 2 teams in your division do. If you want to win a World Series, if you want to get to a World Series, you're not going to do it with Riley Green as your best player, position player.
correct. I mean, that's just the way that it is. And again, then just come out and say it. This is what we're doing. And if I watch the game, I watch the game. And if I don't, I don't. Maybe I'll watch the Marlins more.
You know you love those Cubans.
Cigars, sandwiches.
You're right.
You're right. Yeah,
That's
you're
just-
right,
you
man.
a Miami guy through and through.
Well, I forgot about the breaks, Benny. Sorry.
That's fine. We can just end it.
yeah.
We already.
What
we
a
don't got any
depressing
reasons.
end. To the, what a depressing end to the show. DMAC, baseball's over. Forget about it.
That's the way it sounds like.
Ready
It's
for
sort of
opening day.
depressing, but like Spenny, like as long as Spenny
Benny's still going to get drunk opening
broke
day.
it down
No, of
so
course.
as far as what the game plan is and the why and everything else. So
That's what they're doing.
unfortunately, we're gonna have to watch this play out right in front of us. And and
you
but-
got to just hope for the development of the young guys. I said this last year. You really are banking on the fact that Max Clark and them is really going to be the next version of what the Tigers could be.
So you're going to hit 750 on your draft picks? That's
what
absurd.
That's what they doing.
That's what they're trying to do.
That's
yeah.
what they trying to do. You better hope it works.
Skydog, Neil, Toronto ain't going to want future nobodies for Vlad. Well, don't tell that to baseball fans in this town. Our socials got destroyed for even suggesting this.
Yeah, which is crazy, but
It's I understand where it's coming from because they're not going to sign him.
What if you do it and this is your year because you know you're not going to extend Scooble?
I don't think they're interested in
I don't-
trying to
yeah.
have a 2-year window.
No,
We need
If
to
you're
do 2
losing
years.
Scooble, it's over anyway.
it is.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Better hope
we're
Jackson Jobe next
But then
up.
you got 2 guys to account for $1 billion. Like that's definitely.
No, I'm saying even if you don't know if you can sign
Oh,
him,
yeah.
I would do it to go all in for next year. 100% I would, because it's as close as we're going to get.
Yeah, until your
Let's
young
think
guys
about
strike.
this.
Unless you strike gold.
Let's
Yeah.
think about this going forward. All right. For DMAC, for KG, for Spencer Raxter, Chasing the Chase Lounge, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread.
Deuces.
Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy. Well, see you later.